Hi everyone, and welcome back to a new video on the how to make an hatching system series. Before we start this video, I want to let you guys know that I have a Patreon, so if you guys want to support me and want to have access to every single one of my tutorial files, they will all be available in my Patreon in the $10 tier. With that being said, let's start. So, in the last tutorial, I've showed you guys how to make a code system where if you redeem a code, that's code 1, and get your pet, you can't really select it. So we're going to be fixing that in this video. And what we're going to be starting with is firstly making a button for making this visible and invisible. So what I'm going to do is just duplicate this button, put it here, and rename this one to codes. Now I am going to remove this test button, and I'm going to change the text of my codes button to codes, of course. And now I'm going to enter this local script and change this to .mainFrame. Okay, so our codes frame is this. So codes .visible equals not script.parent.codes.visible. Now I can open and close this, which is pretty nice. Now what I'm going to do is just enter my inventory client script, and what I'm going to be doing here. Okay, so firstly, go to your code pets folder and duplicate any pets inside of it and put it inside of the pets folder. Now that should be it. And whenever you go here inside of the so try finding the function where we are selecting the pet, which is here. And when we select the pet, we go to pets. Okay, so remove this. Actually, never mind, pets, and we find the folder, the pet, which is good. So hopefully that will work. So let's just view the output, no errors yet. Now if I just go ahead and remove and redeem the test code 1, it should give me a pet, and now I can select it, but I cannot equip it. So it says that I exploited because of the anti-cheat system that we just added. And to fix that, I'm going to go back to my egg server script and scroll all the way down, and whenever we kick the player, if game.replicated storage .pets confirm. Okay, this is very simple to fix. All you have to do is go to the remote function where we redeem our code, and as you can see, we created the code. But what I'm going to be doing right now is copying this, pasting it here, and rename this to pet val, and change this to, the name will be so we're gonna change this to the pet, so code data.pet, and this to player.pets. Now if you play the game, it should actually give you the pet. So if I just go to my current pets, I should only have 2 pets, but if I redeem the test code 1, redeem it, I should have a white fairy, and yes I do. And as you can see, now we can equip our white fairy, which is great. But I'm pretty sure this will not save if I just leave and rejoin. And probably shouldn't. Okay, it did. Never mind. But will it create a template for it? Yes, it did. And everything works just fine. And there is only one slight little problem, and I can redeem the same code over and over again, and we really don't want that to happen. So to fix that, it's very simple. What I'm going to do firstly is reset my data saving system. So data saving and reset my key. So key 6 instead of key 5. And now whenever we are saving this, we're going to be saving another folder. So what I'm going to do is whenever the player is leaving the game, we will copy this. Actually, let's do this. Local codes is equal to and a table. And what I'm going to do right now is just copy this loop, paste it here, and whenever we do this, we're going to change this to codes and change this to codes, comma pet.name, and now copy this and change this to codes and change this to codes as well. Now go back to your player added event, and we're going to create another variable, local data codes is equal to nil, and copy this, paste it here, change this to data codes, and change this to codes, capital C, just like we typed it here. And what I'm going to do right now is check if data codes is not equal to nil. Then what I'm going to do is copy this, and we're going to change this to codes and loop through data codes this time. And when we create a new string value, we're going to parent it to player codes this time instead. And now when we play the game, that should work, hopefully. So let's just redeem a code, which will be test code 1. And as you can see, we have our code and our pet. So we have a white fairy, and we can equip it. And now if we redeem the code again, test code 1, it shouldn't let me actually redeem it. So yes, it did not. But now if I leave and rejoin, let's hope that this will work. Let's view our output, and no errors, which is great. And now if I play the game, I should hopefully have my codes saved. And if I just try to redeem the code again, test code 1, it shouldn't give me any pet. And yes, it did not. So this is great. And I'm pretty sure this is going to be it for today's tutorial. If this helped, please subscribe, like the video, share it with your friends, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!